Guys, this is Ilya and Sergei. We will tell you a little bit more about our web application, MegaDesk. So this is how the code is structured on the right, as far as you can see. And we use several data structures for that. It's desk. Here is the desk data structure and desk quote. And we also use some supplemental material price, number of drawers, and rush order structures to help us calculate the correct price. And actually all of the data sets, they are connected to the database. And here is the database that we created, a scaffolded item. And this is the desk quote database that has a foreign key desk ID. And this is the desk database. And all of them have data stored in them that we will add. And Sergei will show you how to add data and what to do with it. So this is actually the way it looks in desk quote and in the desk itself. So we have quite a few desks. Okay, so right now what we are going to do, we will start the application, and I will tell you a little bit more about how it looks like, what it does, and Sergei will guide you through the application. So once we start the debugging mode, it launches the localhost server, and first things you can see is the picture on the background and the footer and custom fonts that we used here. If you click, all of the things are clickable except for the footer, and this is all the data set, all the data you can see from what I've shown you in the database. And Sergei will tell you a little bit more about these buttons and what they do.
Thank you, Ilya, for introduction, and I will continue. And first I will introduce to the feature where a user can create a new quote. So I go and click on create new, and it will populate the form where we can fill out the name of the customer. We can choose the surface material, and we can choose the rush option. So let's say 7 days. We can choose the number of drawers. Let's do it 4, and let's leave the date not filled, and we're gonna check if that will give us the message that data field is required. So every field on the form is required, and then I can fill the date and click on create, and it will add a new line in the table of all the quotes. Here we can sort by the customer name, and here we can sort by the date. We can also search by the customer name. Let's put abbreviation here and filter, and it will show one instance where the customer name is Sergei Veliki. And here I can click and edit the name, and let's say something starts with a Z, and then I will, let's say that I want to leave it without width, just to show that this field is also required. And I can go back and save it. So now I can go back and do the sort by the customer name to show one more time that it works. We can also look at the details of the quote. Here's the list, and I can either click to edit it, or I can go back to the list. And the final feature that we created is the delete option, where I can come, and here's the confirmation window showing me all the details of the quote. And then if I want, and I'm sure that I want to delete, I can click on delete button, and that instance is no longer in the table. So this is the entire functionality of the application. Thank you for your attention.